What's going on, guys and gals, and welcome to Good Reel Hunting, where we hunt for the good reels so you don't have to. It's your boy Brad, the Brett Man's over there. Quiet Place 2 came out today. Oh my goodness, there's more movies coming out than I've ever seen before, it seems like. Freaking by the week now. This is great. Things are exciting once again, and we both saw it, and we are jacked to talk about it today. We're going to do a review, but we're not going to give you guys any spoilers, so you guys can check it out before seeing the movie. Now, we'll say, if you don't want to know anything whatsoever, maybe go ahead and skip it. But if you've seen the trailers already, that's the most you're going to get from us. Is anything that you would know from the trailer. We're not going to give you any details. We're not going to give you any spoilers per se. But if you haven't seen the trailer and you're trying to go in blind, maybe just hold off and check the movie out and then come back. But anyway, Brett, how's it going, man? You ready or what?
Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm doing good, man. How are you doing?
Oh, not bad, man. I'm pretty jacked about this one, man.
Dude, I'm jacked. I'm jacked too, and of course, right above me, as you're seeing over here, is our over 2021 reviews. If you want to check those out.
Right, you are, Ted. And yeah, we're excited to get into this. Now, this has probably been the biggest release since some of these restrictions have been lifted and stuff. Did you have a crowd at all for your theater, or was it?
It was just me and my brother. We were alone. The AC was broken, so they apologized and gave me 2 free tickets, which I'm gonna easily use for Conjuring 3 next week. So I'm even more jacked, even though it was freaking hot in there. It's not because of the broken AC. It was because of this damn movie. So I say let's talk about it.
That's a score, man. I'm happy for you too, because if my theater did have a little bit of a crowd, and if Quiet Place were real, my wife and I would have been the only 2 people left, because they had freaking there was people chopping up here on their freaking loudmouth, open mouth popcorn behind us, and people are eating ice cubes down here. It was brutal. But let's get into this damn movie, man. Okay, so let's talk about some of the good stuff first, man. What do you think? Were you pumped? Did you like it? What happened? What happened?
I loved it. I really did. And for horror sequels, it's really hard to pull off like a very great sequel if I can even compete to the first one. This one is competing with the first one. As we're talking right now, I still don't know which one's better between the two. That's how much I really enjoyed it. And I thought it was fantastic.
I agree, man. Honestly, I can't choose between this one and the first one. They're both going to require another watch for me, which I'm not complaining about. It's fantastic. Mm-hmm. This thing does such a great job. Like, John Krasinski in this thing nailed the directing in this thing, man. So, absolutely nailed it. He put suspense in this thing like you wouldn't believe for a creature feature, man. Suspense you haven't seen in a creature feature since like freaking the Alien days. You know what I mean? Like, and that's saying a lot, I know, but like it's there, man. And a lot of that is because it's a sequel. Like you saw, if you've seen the trailer, the second trailer, this thing kind of does a little bit of a flashback sequence. And that whole sequence was done so freaking, it was amazing. Like it was absolutely incredible. Every bit of that, as you can tell from the trailer. And the reason why it's so damn good is because we've seen these characters already in the first movie. So, had this
they were already established.
Exactly. Had the first movie started out with this, it wouldn't have been near as freaking badass as it was in this one. But because of that, it was fantastic. Absolutely suspense fest. Great moments there.
Yeah, and then of course it nails it once again with the score and the music and the sound editing.
Definitely.
Damn. Still on par with the first Quiet Place. Maybe better. I'm still trying to decide which one is better. I'll probably give the slight advantage to the first one. But damn it, did this one also do another phenomenal job with that music and the sound and everything.
Dude, the music was so freaking badass. We had some nice rock themes in there at freaking epic moments of the film, I might say. That was awesome. The score, the sound in general, you nailed it. Fantastic stuff. And overall, I thought the creatures were awesome in this one too. We got to see how visceral these guys actually are, man.
Oh yeah.
They got cranked up a notch from the last one, and it's awesome to see. And I thought they looked better in this, the CGI or whatever. Like they looked better in this than.
I was getting ready to say that too. Like these looked a lot better. Like even because in the first one they were like more towards the darkness and the shadows.
Yeah.
Not as there still are in this one, but I feel like most of the time they were more in the daylight. And I thought they looked great. Like, just not over the top CGI. Just really good, as you said, Brad. Very, very damn vicious, which I love. To add that new dynamic to these monsters. Like, we knew they were in the first one, but they really get into it in the second one. So props up for doing what a sequel is supposed to do. It's just to ramp everything up to another level.
Definitely. And it did that, man. Again, mad props to John Krasinski in this thing. I can't say it enough. He fucking nailed the way he moved the camera and everything. The action sequences specifically were just, they were so well done, and they really had you in the freaking moment, man. And yeah, big props to him. So we obviously, the characters again were a big strong point in this thing for the most part. And we added Cillian Murphy's character of Emmett in this thing. And and he, I mean, again, as you could expect from Cillian, he freaking knocks it out of the park as well. If you've seen him in Peaky Blinders and other things before, like he's got a presence on the screen. Of course, Batman Begins, all kinds of Nolan flicks, Inception. He totally nails it, as you would expect. But some of my favorite performances in this thing would be that of Regan and Marcus, the character there. Obviously, Noah Jupe and Masillet Simmons, the two kid actors. I thought they did a fantastic job in this thing, and their characters kind of got a little bit more time as well to kind of be fleshed out, and I really like that about it.
Yeah, and of course, Emily Blunt was phenomenal in this one too. Which she took a back seat to this movie a little bit, but you know what? I was totally okay with that because she got her time to shine in the first one. So give the other characters time to shine in this one. So I agree with that decision they did.
I did. That is actually one of the things I didn't like as much, though. I was hoping to see a little bit more of her character in this thing. Not to say that, she's completely gone or anything, but she does kind of get reduced to a side character, I would say, which is fine, which is good at the end of the day, because it does open up the door for some of these other people to step in and have some great performances. So I guess you could say it's kind of a mixed, but overall, like, she was strong when she was there. She was fantastic, as you would expect from her in the first movie. And again, props for John for doing that. It's not easy to scale your wife back a little bit when you're making a movie and let some other people take over. And I think he did a good job with that.
And then easily, as you said, for the Regan character, which Millicent, she was my favorite in the movie.
Oh, she nailed it, man. She was freaking awesome. So,
like, she sold everything she did. So, like, big props to her. She was the star of this movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, she has to carry a lot of this movie too, man. Like with the way the story pans out and stuff. So I think that's awesome. And she did a great job, and she gets you pumped, and she gets you jacked, and yeah, she does a great job with her character. And man, overall, this thing does a great job of world building too. Opening up the world, peeling back some more layers of this apocalyptic world, if you will, opening things up, seeing more about what's going on in the general world, and I think that it serves well, especially for a sequel, because bigger and badder, that's what you do with these things, right? And it does a great job with that, and yeah, I mean, again, it works perfectly with the first one, because that first one you get the small scale kind of thing, and this one just freaking opens it up to a whole new world, and I loved it for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have any negatives about it? I know you mentioned mixed, because I have one negative.
Yeah, that was probably one of the bigger things for me, is that the way the story goes. Again, no spoilers here, but just the way they're Emily Blunt and Marcus, the son there. Again, they're kind of scaled back a little bit in the way of screen time. I would have liked to see more of both of them, but when they are there, again, they're tearing it up. And then just for me, the biggest thing was this kind of the second act was slow compared to, well, of course, when it's sandwiched in between the opening and the end of this thing, it's going to be. But I think for me, that was probably, it kind of crawled at times with the pacing in the middle, but then all around it was freaking epicness, I think. So that's pretty much it for me, in all honesty.
Yeah, I agree with you. The second act was slow. Since me and my brother were the only ones in the theaters, I did check my phone a lot during that second act, which not the movie's fault. It was just trying to dial things down just to get you to breathe right before it goes into the next big thing. But so I would mainly put that maybe more towards the mix, just because that's just my preference. I want the second act to continue what the first act did with momentum. But the main problem I had, I couldn't fucking stand the Marcus character.
No, you didn't like
No.
Marcus?
I was getting pissed off with his character, which I understand why they wrote him that way, but damn, it was just frustrating to watch. Like not for the actor, but the character. So that's my only negative.
Dude, I was digging it, man. He created some suspenseful moments in this thing, and you'll see it when you watch it. I think he was fantastic. But yeah, I mean, really for me, it's just how it's kind of slows down a little bit, and I think there was a time where I was like, oh man, because after the opening of this thing, it really slows down. Like it goes from freaking 100 to like 7 at one point, and it's like, dude, I don't know. We need to pick back up to where we were, but yeah, eventually it will, and you guys will love it for that. Overall, freaking, I love this thing, man. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I absolutely love it too. So let's go to the hard part of this video. How would you rate it?
Dude, I'm going to give it a 4.5. I mean, it's up there. I absolutely freaking loved it.
Yeah, easily for me a 4.5 as well. So, we finally did our first one since doing these movie clip ratings. We got our Yippee Ki Yay, motherfucker.
Yippee Ki Yay, motherfucker.
Woo! Awesome, man. Freaking great to be back in the movies, man.
Oh, dude. Yeah, especially for a movie like this, you need the theater experience because just the home setting's not going to do you justice on that. So
yeah, if you have the ability, check this thing out in theaters, man. It is freaking awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. So guys, if you've seen this already, what did you all think about A Quiet Place 2? Are you just as jacked as we are and you actually think this one's better than the first one? Or do you have some issues with it that's not as good as the first one, or you just don't like it at all? Let us know in that comment section down below, and let's get that discussion rolling.
And if you want to help us find the good reels, you can do so by funding us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Letterboxd, TikTok, Snapchat, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Those links are in the description for you to find down below.
Absolutely, and be sure to like this video, share, and subscribe, and of course ring that bell, ding, 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 so you know when the next video is up and ready.
And if you want to... Wait, we already found the good reels. No, we will. See you guys soon.
See you guys.